Texas is an absolute mecca for boating. It has over 150 lakes. Almost every single one of those is actually man-made. And today we ended up at Possum Kingdom Lake. It is an iconic lake located about 2 hours west of Dallas and Fort Worth area. This lake is enormous. It has over 310 miles of shoreline and about 17,000 acres of water. If you're new here, my name is Brandon Gross. I've been towing this 22-foot boat all over the United States and Canada, starting at the lowest point all the way up to northern Michigan, across the country, up into British Columbia. If you haven't checked it out, the link to the playlist will be right here to all of the videos in this series. We have stopped at so many freaking other places, so definitely check that playlist out. And without further ado, let's get started with episode 27, baby. Do it! Already off the bat, we got these beautiful cliffs, something I never ever expect to see. Well, I think something most people don't expect to see when you're in Texas. Oh, look at this. These are they're probably like 50, 60 foot tall cliffs. I really would love to jump off of some of these, but by myself, it's tough. There's these massive freaking houses up on the cliffs that just overlook the whole lake. It's wild. They're like everywhere. Dude, there's a lot of freaking money in Texas, I gotta say. Really cool to see. I like that they're not directly on the water. A lot of the houses are just way up on a cliff away from the water. I hate it when lakes just have a million mansions right along the water and all of their boat docks jutting out and like just all of its private property everywhere. I mean, I'm sure all this is private property too, but the houses are not just directly on the water, which I think is so much cooler. Well, not too far from where I launched the boat is one of the ends of this lake. So this is the dam that actually creates this entire place. And this place is blowing my mind. I have not seen, I've been to Lake Tahoe. I've been to some really rich areas, but I don't think I've seen this many gigantic houses. Some of the houses on this lake are so incredibly mind-blowing. Like I'm just like, get up on plane, I start cruising, then I stop just to look at some of these houses. Like, it's unfreaking real. How are there that many people with that much money in this world? I'll never understand it. All right, let's get cruising and actually get out into the lake. Just cruised a few miles, getting really freaking hot. It's late in the day too. It's like 84 and sunny. It is beautiful weather out here. And just when I thought that these big, ridiculous mansion houses couldn't get any crazier, literally after a couple miles, this whole section here is unbelievable. They all have like 4-story tall staircases that come down from their mansion on the cliff down to their boat dock on the water. This one over here looks like a freaking elevator might be inside of there. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. There's an elevator there. Also, giant staircase as well. It's just all of these houses all the way around this corner, or bend, or whatever you want to call it. I'm at a loss for words here. This is absolute dreams right here. If I could have, I don't even care. It doesn't need to be a mansion. I just need a small house on a cliff like that where I can wake up, get out of bed, sprint, jump off my cliff, hop on my boat, and go cruise. Like, is that asking for too much? I'm really at a loss for words here. And we haven't even gotten to the coolest part of this lake. God. And we have arrived to the place that I've been wanting to come to for many years. When I saw photos of this is Hell's Gate. These two massive cliffs with this little opening in between them. It's just so iconic. Such an epic place. It's just wild that this exists in Texas. I want nothing more than to jump off the top of this. I just don't know how I could make it happen. Hell's Gate, Possum Kingdom Lake. Highly recommend if you ever have the chance to come out here. This place is absolutely beautiful. I was just pulling over to the side. I saw this little sign. It says, warning, cliff jumping, diving, or rappelling into waters of Possum Kingdom Lake at a distance of 20 feet is prohibited. It's pretty cool they let you jump from 20 feet. Summersville Lake is only 6 feet. If I had some friends here with me, I would do it, 100%. I just don't really want to leave my boat. And also, it's a pretty big jump when I'm by myself. Like, if I'm gonna be flipping off stuff like that, which I'm confident in doing, I just, you know, things can always go wrong. I can always make a mistake, and if I flop on my face or my back, anything other than my feet from that high, it could be very bad. I can get knocked out, sink, drown, no one there to help me. But if I had friends, 100%. Didn't even realize that this is actually an island. That's called Devil's Island, and then the whole thing is Hell's Gate. And then got this cool little spot. Looks like a really nice spot for everyone to drop anchor and hang out for the day. I'm sure, like, in the middle of summer, this area is probably crazy busy with so many boats. But being late season like this, not a ton of people out, even though the weather's still perfect. Before we get out there and explore the rest of Possum Kingdom, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Hover Air. If you really want to up the level of your videos out on your adventures, whether it's just hiking, biking, running, whatever you're doing, the Hover Air X1 Pro Max is your personal drone videographer. It's the world's first 8K self-flying drone, so you don't even have to fly. You literally turn it on, you select what style of flying you want it to do,
dolly track, ski mode, cycling mode, indoor follow,
and then you click one button. It's that easy. Literally just sitting right here filming me, getting this shot that you're seeing of me. I want to land it. It's that simple. There's a ton of different flight modes to choose from. So depending on what activity you're doing, same thing, you just hit that one button and go. And I've used this thing indoors, on the top of mountains, riding bikes, chasing me down the road, so many different things. And this thing's done a pretty good job. It folds up so tiny and fits right in your pocket. It really makes getting some epic shots of any activities that you're out there doing so much easier and so much more accessible. If you don't want to take the time to learn how to fly a drone, or you're worried about crashing yourself, that's where this thing saves you all the stress and all the frustrations. Flies for you, gets all the cool shots you need, and comes back to you and lands in the palm of your hand. If you're doing some sort of fast action, it shoots 4K 120 frames a second, so you get that nice buttery slow-mo footage. Link will be down below in the description. Check it out. They have a couple different models to choose from. This is a product that I actually use. You've seen it in my videos before, so check them out. Link below. And now we gotta get out there and check out the rest of Possum Kingdom. Just found this spot called Sandy Beach, where you can just pull right up with the boat. And rightfully so, with the name, Sandy Beach. Oh no, but there are, forgot I'm in Texas. Just stepped on some of those little spiky ball things. I got too excited. I saw Sandy Beach, wanted to just immediately run out barefoot, and now I have them stuck in my feet. I don't know if you could see these. These little things. There's another one. Pretty cool out here though. Sucks that you can't really go just run around on the beach barefoot. That's like my favorite thing to do on a sandy beach, but not here. Definitely not here. Subscribe. Well, very short-lived stop at Sandy Beach. Just all the wind is just hitting this spot directly. Sun's starting to go down and it's like in the shade right there. So I want to get back out in the sun, away from the spiky little, I can't remember the name of those things, but little spiky ball. There's a cool name for them. It's like something. But it seems like over towards this side of the lake, I've pretty much passed up all like the really, really cool scenery. That's what the guy on the other boat told me too. He's like, pretty much the rest of the lake's kind of boring. I mean, it's still a gorgeous lake for sure, but we've already passed all the super cool stuff. So I'm gonna start ripping back that way for sunset, because it was a lot less windy over there. Hopefully it stayed a lot less windy over there. But let's go. Stopped back at Hell's Gate here and realized that I still haven't jumped in the water yet, so I should have done this earlier when it was hot out, because now the sun's going down, it's getting cold, but I gotta Got to do it. Made the roll. Got to jump into every body of water that I put my boat into. So, there we go. Nice and chilly. Whew. Now we have successfully done our mission here at Possum Kingdom Lake. Whew. Out of Possum Kingdom Lake and into Lake Travis. We just arrived here at Lake Travis, the most popular lake for boating in all of Texas. Out of the 150 plus lakes that are out here, this is the #1 most popular for sure. And just pulled up, got my boat all prepped, went through the ranger station, paid my fee, came in, got everything ready to go down the ramp. And when I started coming down the ramp, I realized that the boat dock is completely closed and does not connect to land. So I don't know why in the world they would not have told me that whenever I paid my fee. They saw me come in with my boat by myself, and literally it's impossible to launch this by myself. Oh, now I have police coming down, actually. But it was impossible for me to launch this by myself. So I had to bring it down and come over to this dock, which is heavily cabled off and everything. Like tons of cabling, and everything says it's closed. And there was no other way for me to do it. So I had to go through this Ninja Warrior obstacle course, run back to my trailer, take my trailer back, park it, and then come back, swim through a second time, and come back to my boat. And now I'm getting ready to push off the dock. Except now I have 2 rangers coming over to yell at me. So we'll see how this goes right here. One lady already came down and yelled at me the first time. I convinced her to go away, and now there's more people coming down. So I don't know. I know. I'm untying right now. Huh? How am I supposed to launch my boat by myself here? Oh God, these people are really irritating me. They're just sitting right over there behind me, yelling at me right now. Boat dock's closed. Get off the dock. Get off the dock. And I'm like, what do you think I'm trying to do? I do not want to stay at this dock. I'm trying to get out of here. We'll see how it goes whenever I have to come back later, and I'm going to use the boat dock again 100%. I don't care. I don't know what they want me to do. But enough of the bad vibes. We're officially on the lake, Lake Travis. Let's try to have a good time, minus the bad vibes, the bad boat dock, the bad weather. We're still going to make it happen. This is the very end of the lake right here at the dam, but I'm gonna just cruise far away from here and see if we can get away from this wind, because this wind is just insane. Just cruised a couple miles and made it to Devil's Cove. This is apparently like one of the big party places here, where a bunch of boats come all the way down this cove and anchor and party all day, I guess. Not much today on a Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday midday with awful weather. Really nobody out boating today, but that's kind of sometimes how I prefer it when I'm the only one out here. But Devil's Cove, it's a nice little break from the wind out on the main lake. And also I found out that there is a nude beach right near where I launched the boat at, pretty much across the lake from it right there. It's called Hippie Hollow Park, and it's a fully nude beach, and it's like recognized it's like all legitimate, recognized by the state of Texas that it's clothing optional. Did not think that existed out here. So that's interesting. But if you're not familiar with Lake Travis, it's located just outside of Austin. Pretty decently sized lake. It's 65 miles long, and it was created back in 1941. And it got the name Lake Travis because it's honoring William Barrett Travis, who was a commander of the Alamo. And apparently this lake fluctuates a ton with the water level, nearly 100 feet between the highs and the lows of this lake during droughts and whatnot. It's about 200 feet deep, and it has been massively growing because of how much the city of Austin is growing. So a lot of the development around this lake has just been exploding recently. And by the way, it is 2 days after we were at Possum Kingdom Lake, because it was 85 degrees there, sunny, beautiful, and the very next day a cold front came in and it was freezing cold out here. And I didn't even mention it, but if some of you are wondering why I went straight from Catalina Island in the last video all the way across to Texas. And why did I skip New Mexico and Arizona? It's because I wanted to go to Lake Havasu. I really, really wanted to, but this late in the year, there's like nothing going on there. And that's known for such a party lake with crazy, crazy speedboats. Like some of the fastest in the world are out there. And I feel like it wouldn't have done that lake justice if I go out there just by myself, kind of how I'm doing here. I want to wait till I can go back to Lake Havasu when it's like a big party, like 4th of July or something extreme, and get that type of content and show you guys what that lake is truly about, like what that real authentic Lake Havasu vibe is. Skipped through, powered through. I did stop at Elephant Butte Reservoir in New Mexico, but again, it was like the water was really nasty. It was like a dark green color. I just went out real quick with a friend that lives there and didn't really film much. Just got a couple drone shots and then was on the lake for maybe an hour and a half tops, and there really wasn't much to do. The whole lake was super, super like scarily shallow. A lot of it was like 10 feet or less, and I just didn't even feel comfortable there cruising around. I saw so much grass sticking out of the water, and it just, all through New Mexico and Arizona, I don't know. Those are some of the reasons why I skipped it and why I'm over here in Texas now, and also just because I am rushing to get back down to Florida because I need to get, there's so many things I need to be doing, but that's just realized that I left my drone in my truck. That is a nightmare. Gah, dang it. Go back and fight the ranger people again and get it. I don't know. What a pain. I think I'm gonna hold off and just get the drone whenever I get back and grab some drone clips when I get back to the dock. So any drone clips you see are probably gonna be a lot different sunlight than this because I'm gonna have to do them later in the video, but use them now just so you guys can have perspective of the lake. So I'm just gonna keep going. I apologize for that, but stupid. The 360 camera attached to the long pole is gonna have to make do for now. 25 miles later, and we have made it all the way to Pace Bend. It's this beautiful park here that's across from this enormous, super bougie condominium complex, but directly across from all the super rich people, all of my friends that travel around and live on the road and just jump off stuff. We had a big cliff jumping competition right here, and it was pretty wild many years ago. So it's weird to be back here full circle. When we were there was hundreds of my friends there, and now I'm out here by myself on a windy day during the week, by myself boating. Since the whole lake is such a serpentine, I thought eventually I would make it to a spot where there wasn't so much wind directly hitting everything, but even down here it's still pretty bad. Not ideal today, not ideal, but still, Lake Travis is pretty cool. I definitely recommend checking it out. There's so many other lakes I wish I could get to, I just don't have the time. There's just so many in Texas. Wish I could make it to them all. We did 25 miles to get to this spot, and there's still another 33 miles before you get to the next dam. It's huge, this place is massive. It gets a little bit narrow the farther you go down, but still, it's a very, very big lake, and it's so close to Austin. It's such an easily accessible lake here. Possum Kingdom was like way out there in the middle of nowhere, not really on the way to anything, but this one is a highly accessible lake, along with many other ones in the area, but had to come to the most popular one, you know? Just realized right here is the other boat ramp that I was planning on using today. It's called Tatum Cove Boat Ramp, and there's no docks at all there, so I would have been really screwed. Very, very glad I didn't go there. It was a lot farther of a drive to get there too, so very happy I made the decision to go with the one down near the dam, which still sucks, and it's still gonna suck when I have to pull the boat out, but very glad I didn't do this one. We got a sailboat down over here. Poor guy. I don't know what the story is behind this thing, but I guess the water level must have been much higher than it currently is right now, but I don't know. We're back in the crazy wind again. Back kind of where we started, right by the dam, and I thought this was crazy. If you look on Google Maps, right now I would be on land. Like everything right here would be completely on land, and it's called Sometimes Island, which pretty self-explanatory name right there. And there's literally pictures of like people hanging out on the island and whatnot, and I can see a lot of grass poking out, but it's just all completely underwater. Oh, there's a little section of the island way out there, but yeah, on Google Maps, it's basically not even an island. It's almost just a peninsula the entire way out, which is crazy that the water's up that high, or maybe just on Google, whenever that photo was taken, it was super, super low. But it's pretty funny to have an island called Sometimes Island. But some of these houses on Lake Travis are just absolutely insanity. Like, they're enormous. Just everywhere you look. Mansion after mansion after mansion with like mile-long staircases to get down to their freaking boat garage. It's just a whole different world from what I'm used to. Tied to the dock again. I looked around all these little places right here to find a sandy beach to beach the boat and do it without using this, but I can't find anything, so this is my only option. Gotta do it. All right, unfortunately, this last place I wanted to go to doesn't have a boat dock, so towed the boat over here, and it's called the Oasis. Apparently it's a super popular spot. It's gigantic out here, and like it's right on top of the cliff next to Lake Travis. Absolutely insane. I've seen pictures of this place a long time ago and always wanted to come check it out, so got myself a spot on the balcony overlooking the whole lake where I was just boating. I'm gonna go out there, enjoy this last little bit of sunset. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Grab yourself some merch, explorewithbrandon.com. Thank you guys for watching this video. Texas has been awesome. Like I said, I wish I had more time to go check out more of the lakes, but you know, can't win them all. Can't hit all the lakes. But thank you guys, and enjoy these gorgeous views of the sunset here at the Oasis. See you next week. I'm offering 20% off everything on my website, so go grab yourself some merch. Use code Black Friday. It's only going to be available for the next 7 days from the date that this video is posted. So grab yourself some merch from the website, explorewithbrandon.com. Appreciate you guys. If you've never been to the Oasis, or if you've been thinking about going, or maybe you just saw it in this video and were like, wow, that's a really cool place, I really want to go. Just want to give you my honest critique. The food, extremely subpar. The food was super basic, but at the same time, it was also only 16 bucks for a big Fiesta bowl. So it's like a very normal price, especially like, and then to have views like that, crazy. Views, absolutely worth it. 10 out of 10 views. Food, meh. Sorry, Oasis, but your food's very basic. For such a gorgeous, crazy looking place, you would think they'd have like super awesome food, but I am only speaking from the Fiesta Bowl. Maybe everything else is cool, but the consensus that I've heard from other people that have been here too, they all say that the food is very meh. So take it for what it is. Really sick place with really sick views of the lake, amazing sunsets, not that expensive. Food kind of sucks. All right, see you guys next week. New video. Peace.